All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Archer and Football Show. Um, welcome back. Hello. All right. Welcome back, everybody, to the Archer and Football Show. This is Pawpaw. He is 61 years old. I am Archer. I'm 9.5. I'm the star of the host of the show, whatever. And this is the co-host.
Star's good though. I like Star. Here,
Yeah.
give me one of these. This is our third episode. We welcome you
Yes.
back, and I'm glad you come back to see us.
Yep.
What are we going to talk about today, my man? What'd you figure out?
Today. Sorry, my headphones are slipping. Today we're going to be talking about open world games and Uncharted. We'll get to Uncharted later, though. So
Uncharted. That's my favorite. We'll get to that later.
yes.
He just mentioned this to me last night for the grandpas and the pawpaws that are watching this show. He mentioned to me what an open world game is. Give me a brief description, if you will, what an open world game is.
Okay. Let me get my script.
All right. Had to take notes here.
Well, I know because I'm not good at explaining things.
Yeah, I think you're pretty good. All right, give it a shot. What's an
Okay.
open world game?
An open world game is a third-person video game.
And I think third person means that you see the person that you're moving. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
It's like Uncharted. But
I got
we'll
you.
get to that that's a whole nother thing we'll get to later.
Okay. Go for it.
And today, and sorry, I'm mean.
Go ahead.
Let's get back to open world games.
Right.
Sorry, I went back to the intro. So yes, it's a third-person video game. You can go wherever you want. It's kind of like our world.
Okay.
You can go wherever you want, except for some places. Okay.
Okay. So it means there's an entire world out there to go find within the game, and you can just go anywhere that the guy can move. Okay. Sounds good. Now, are these mostly cartoonish type games, or are they like real people looking type games, or are they both?
They're like they are. All right. For all you people who have played the Final Fantasy video games, you all know that the number 15 or 16 has looks real. It has really good graphics.
Right.
And yeah, that's what it. And I mean, there could be open world games that don't look like that.
Okay.
I mean, it just.
So they can be. So it doesn't necessarily mean. Okay, I got you. Yeah. Okay, so he gave us a list of his top 5 open world games, and I'm going to have him explain to me why he feels they are his top 5. He had at number 5 the game Last of Us. I guess that's the game from the HBO show.
Yes.
And so, what's so good about that particular game that made you say it's in your top 5?
The game is it's so good. That's why I put it in my top 5.
Okay, I mean, so are you just by yourself during the game, or do you have people you're trying to help survive, or what's
at the very beginning?
Yeah.
This might be a spoiler alert. If y'all want to play the game, skip this part or whatever. Still enjoy the video though.
Go ahead.
It's just really good, and I really liked it. But at the very beginning of the game, obviously, why I said enjoy the video, blah blah blah. You have a girl with you named Tess. I'm not gonna get to the very beginning of the game because just figure it out for yourself. Anyways.
Okay, you don't want to give away too much,
Yeah.
but you're saying so at the beginning of the game, it's kind of like the show on HBO. The little girl dies, and he has to try to survive throughout
There's
going.
kids watching.
That's fine. Go out through a zombie world. Is that kind of
Yeah.
correct?
And then after that part, you go meet a girl named Tess.
Right.
You've already gotten that part, though.
So what is it you liked about The Last of Us? I guess first game. What's so good? Cool.
I liked the story. I liked the graphics were pretty good.
So you've always told me that those story-based games they're much funner to play when they've got a good story to follow. Do they have a lot of cutscenes in them? This particular one?
It's made by Naughty Dog.
Ooh. Again, the Uncharted people. Okay, so we'll see. The cutscenes are kind of cool to me, but some of them can drag out a little long for my taste.
I mean, that's why you should should have played the game all the way through.
Well, I know, but they get kind of. But anyway, we'll get to why I can't later. Yeah. So you chase. You're killing. What are these zombies? Or these what are they? Undead or something?
Yeah. So this is also another part I like about the game.
Right.
All the zombies, they have really cool names like clickers, bloaters, shamblers.
Clickers.
Clickers are.
See, that sounds scary. Let me guess. They go. They make that noise.
No.
I'll say that's scary enough right there. So these guys hide in the dark, I'm guessing.
Okay. So basically, in The Last of Us.
Yeah.
If y'all want to play the game to figure this out. Skip this part and whatever, blah blah blah. So you have to sneak around them a bit, but because they're blind.
Okay, so
because they have fungus all over their face.
So they can hear you.
Yeah, but they have great hearing.
Okay, so it's kind of like the movie A Quiet Place. They can hear very, very well, so you got to be as quiet as possible.
Yes, the quiet place. The quiet places. Except the aliens in the quiet place they have way better hearing.
Sure. So let me ask you this:
100% good hearing.
How are you able to kill these zombie characters? To just shoot them and they're gone, or you got to blow them? How do you do it?
Clickers.
Yeah.
You have to either get a shiv.
Okay.
And take them out.
Right.
Or you can. Or you can shoot them 2 times in their head.
Okay, so because some of these games,
shivs are how you take them out quietly. So
right,
because there's this one part of the game where there's 8 clickers in one area, and I mean you don't have to take out all of them,
right?
But you can take out some.
So it's kind of like in the Batman games where the sneak attack, if you will, you do it quietly and
yes,
okay,
you have to do it quietly.
All righty, that's number 4. Now number 5. Number 4, you have Biomutant. What is this one? What kind of world is Biomutant?
Biomutant. It's an animal world.
Oh, cool.
And there's this thing called the Tree of Life.
Right.
You watched me play
I watched a little bit of that one.
Yeah,
that's what got me into asking him what it was called.
Yeah,
that's when he said it's an open world game.
Yeah, you watched what went wrong with the world and what was happening.
Sure.
Sorry.
So this is more of the cartoon looking type game, if you will.
Yes.
And it's got really nice graphics from the part I saw, and so it's an animal world where you go from place to place. Are you searching for things? Are you hunting for things? Are you collecting things? What are you doing?
You can collect things.
Okay.
You're trying. So there's 2 options. Okay.
Right.
There's the Jagni tribe,
mm-hmm.
and there's another tribe. I forgot what it was called.
Sure.
You've seen it already.
Oh, sure.
Though. Yeah. And the Jagni tribe thinks that if they kill everything in the world,
right,
then it'll bring peace.
Sure.
And they also want to destroy the Tree of Life.
Okay.
The other tribe, which is the good side,
right,
they want to see the other tribe and the Jagni tribe have been in a fight for.
So which character is your?
Time.
Which character do you play? Which tribe do you play?
Okay, so you can pick either one.
Okay. Okay, so it's a tribe against tribe basically, and you're going through
Yes,
this
it's
world
a
trying to collect
yes,
items.
and it depends. The story depends on what you choose. What
Okay,
you choose.
so it will change them. So what you choose, it'll change the story.
Yes.
That's awesome. All right, number 3, you have Final Fantasy 16.
Now, everybody out there.
I've heard the Final Fantasy games are just blow your mind great.
Now, everybody out there. If y'all don't like Final Fantasy 16, that is fine. Y'all can like all of the other ones that are RPGs. I don't like a lot of RPGs. I don't like a lot of them, but some of them are actually good. I've been thinking of getting on my PS2 or PS1 and playing. Sorry, excuse me. The Final Fantasy 8. Yes. I mean, I feel like 15 and 16 are just great games. Um, I really like 16 because of the story. It was medieval type,
Right.
and it's just a great game. The enemies are awesome. The storyline is just the best.
Good.
The bosses are just incredible.
Good.
I mean, your abilities are awesome. Your swords are awesome. Your
Well, I'm almost
everything is awesome about that game.
I'm almost scared to ask you about your number. That's number 3. Number 2, you've got God of War. Uh-oh. I think we just got something even better than the number 3.
I love that game.
And,
I love that game.
So this is what type of world is this in?
Greek mythology.
Oh my goodness. So are you a god or are you?
Okay. Let's go back all the way to number 1. I'm talking about the one before Ragnarok, the one that all of y'all know.
Number 1 what?
God of War.
Oh, the first God of War game.
Yes. See, I'm not, because they have. Jeez, how many God of War games? Like 10 of them?
Okay, so so you're saying any of the God of War games are number 2 on this list, or is there a certain?
No. So I'm talking about, this is the one that came out before Ragnarok, which obviously you don't know what that is.
I haven't have a clue what that is.
But. Anyways, it's the one before Ragnarok.
Okay. So the premise is that you're a god trying to kill other gods?
Well, so in number 1, okay,
Mhm.
let's go all the way back to that story.
Okay.
You are a Spartan.
Right.
You're called the Ghost of Sparta.
Whoa, that's deep.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
And
you want to be a god, so you can
Sure.
just have role. And see, God of War.
Mm-hmm.
He's a terrible person. His real name is Kratos. Let's just say Kratos.
Okay.
Kratos is a horrible person.
Okay.
He is. There's nothing good about him.
Okay. And so
It's
your I guess
terrible.
your job is to get rid of Kratos?
No.
Oh.
You play as Kratos.
Whoa, you play as the bad guy?
Yes.
Wow.
I mean, you kill your own father and everything, and it's just.
Okay, so it is about old Roman times, Greek mythology. There's a lot of that going on in Greek mythology. So the graphics, I guess, are really good.
Well, see, the very first one came out on PS2 or PS3.
Okay, so it's gotten better over time.
Well, yes, but Ragnarok and the one that I put on my list as number 2.
Right.
Is just great.
Good. So the weapons, I guess, are pretty medieval too, huh?
Yeah, because number 1, he has weapons. He has blades. You know those blades that I got for Christmas?
Right.
Those are his blades.
The plastic ones, yeah. Okay, cool. And the number 1 of the real world games you have is The Last of Us Part 2.
Don't even get me started.
That good, huh?
Don't even get me started.
Do they have any more cool names like bloaters and clickers?
Okay, so in this game,
Mm-hmm.
they have a thing called shamblers.
And is that a creature?
They're zombies.
Okay. Okay.
They're
Zambler?
shamblers.
Shamblers.
Yes.
Wow. They got some good names out there.
They really do.
Okay, let me ask you
Naughty
this.
Dog.
On this particular game, the Last of Us game, you say there's several different names for these creatures?
Yes.
I mean, is there like more than 3 names or 4 or
More
5?
than 3.
Okay, do they each have
There's like
do they
5.
each have different, oh, I don't know, skills, or
Well, clickers.
are they
First of all,
are each one of them
clickers.
harder to kill, or what's the deal with them?
Bloaters are in Last of Us 2 as well. Bloaters are the hardest enemy
Right.
of The Last of Us. Shamblers aren't even as hard. Shamblers are easy.
Right.
They're big zombies, but they're really easy. I mean,
Okay.
you can kill 2 of them with like 5 zombies coming
Right.
at you.
Okay, so
Really
as you
easy.
go through the game, do you get different creatures, or are all of these creatures all there all the time?
Okay. And number 2,
Mhm.
there's way more enemies.
Okay.
And the
Okay.
first one, which was at my number 5,
Right.
he was there. You were fighting more zombies than bad guys. But in number 2, you fight so many bad guys only because Joel,
Right.
the guy that you were playing as.
Sure.
So Ellie, the girl that he was smuggling in the first game,
Right.
these guys called wolves
Right.
killed Joel. So Ellie had to get revenge.
And so that's what the second game is about, is Ellie's revenge?
Yeah, she's
Okay.
That's why she
Okay.
fights more guys.
Okay, excellent. So they're both. So all 5 of these are great stories, which keeps you involved in the game.
Yes.
Okay, so are the you say they're called real world games? Is that what you call them? Open world games. So you think the open world games are the best games, the better games to play, or is that your favorite type of game to play?
The Last of Us 2.
No. My question was: are open world games your funnest type of game?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay. Well, that's fair.
Maybe.
Well, I mean, there are several. We'll get into different types of games at a different podcast, but right now we'll stay with the open world games because you said you wanted to talk about what I think might be my favorite is the Uncharted series. Simply because it's one of the first game. Well, I think it's probably the first, as you call them now, which I didn't know the term, open world games. It's the first open world game I ever played, and I played it probably, I don't know what. How old are you? 9.5. So I played it right after you were born. So I guess
What?
I think I played it right.
No,
after.
you didn't.
Why not?
Because number 1 came out on PS3. I wasn't around when PS3 came out. Actually, I
didn't
first
play
one
it.
came out on PS2.
I didn't play it until I had a PS4.
Did you play it on the disc with all 3 of them?
I can't recall. See, we don't remember those kind of things. But anyway, I might have played it on the PS3. Now that you say that, I might have played it on the PS3. But anyway, it was the first game I was introduced to as a real world game, or as a open world game, I guess now that they're called. And yeah, I got frustrated with it, being an older guy and not really growing up with the games like you guys have. But I tell you what, once I started to get into the game, I really, really enjoyed it. As you said, great story. I could have done without all the, with less cutscenes. Some of them were necessary, some of them weren't.
I mean, in the first one.
Yeah.
Do you remember the cutscene when you start fighting the demons?
I don't. No, it's been such a long time.
With the guy who wants the map.
Right.
And you're on that platform.
Right.
And he gets grabbed by the demons, and then he falls down.
Now I do remember that. Yes, and see, I bet the first game was really the first. I guess.
The first game was the creepiest game.
I would say that's. I'd say that's true.
That game was scary.
Yeah, it was a little creepy.
At the very end.
Right.
At the end, you're fighting, demons.
Yeah, I like the game
I like
because
the ending.
there's
Though.
puzzles. You got to solve puzzles to get through certain
Do you
areas.
remember the statue
You got to.
puzzle?
Oh yes.
I hated
Well,
that.
and they took me forever. Some of them just took just
I mean, yeah,
long
because
time to figure
I had to
out.
use so many videos because
Video help.
yeah, and I've only beat 3 of them. Oh,
I've
and
beaten all 4
today,
of them. There's 4 of them.
and today, I figured out there was 6 of them.
Actually, I figured it out.
I know. I learned it from you.
But you said it's on a Vita
A
system.
Vita,
I don't know what that
yes.
is. I've never. Is it like a handheld game?
Well, yes, yeah, I'm pretty sure it is, but
Well, let me continue to talk about the game, and I'll see if I can find it.
yeah.
But Uncharted, I mean, I've played all 4 of them. They all took me quite a bit of time
See,
because
that's a Vita. It looks like a Switch.
it looks like a Switch. Yes. So apparently PlayStation put out a game specifically for the Vita game. That's pretty awesome. But I played all 4 of them. I loved it. It took me a long, long, long time on each game because I'm not the kind of guy that's going to sit there and play for hours at a time. I'll play a couple hours maybe,
Yeah.
and then just not even pick up the controller for another week. Just and then I got to go back and remember the controls and remember the buttons. But once I got into, I love the character. I love Nathan Drake. I love the character. I love Sully. His little cohort in crime, so to speak.
That little stunt that he pulled, I hated.
Well, I just the game itself. All of the games. I mean,
you watched the movie, right?
And the storyline of the games carries through. So even after you finish the first one, you get the same characters. You add what's her name, Elena and
Elaine.
well, whatever, and the other, there's 2 or 3 other. There's a couple of ladies that get involved, and his brother gets involved in like the 4th game, and it's just a great series. I really, really enjoyed playing it.
Yeah.
And you say you haven't played the 4th one yet? You haven't beaten it?
Oh, I haven't beaten it. No.
Wow, I actually beat that. I beat a game you didn't beat. Of course, you've beaten 5,000 games, and I've beaten 4. No, maybe 6. I've beaten 2 Batman games.
No. Well, I thought you beat all 3 of them.
Batman games?
Yeah, because there's 3 of them, and you said you beat all of them.
Which ones? What are they called? Do you remember?
Arkham Knight.
I beat that.
Arkham Asylum.
I beat that. Is there 3?
Yeah.
I'll have to go look. I don't know. They all run together for me. There's a lot. There's a lot more things in my head than there are in your head. But anyway, I love those games. They are difficult enough, but not too difficult. You know what I mean? They're fun. They're very fun. So you're an Uncharted fan too, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. So but Uncharted didn't make your top 5 of open world games.
It didn't.
Wow. I don't have any other ones to well, Batman's an open world game, I guess, because you can go anywhere on Batman. You have to go on roofs on Batman and jump off and do the flying thing with Batman. So I love about Batman games, but
yeah.
Well, okay, so we got an introduction into what an open world game is, and we had a good time with it. Got your top 5. We talked a little bit about Uncharted. We got a couple more minutes left here.
What's your favorite Uncharted game?
Ooh.
I'm trying to start a conversation so I can make this video longer.
I would think.
Wow.
See, I'd have to go back. I'd have to go back and play 1 and 2 because I kind of remember 3 and 4. I really, really, really liked the 4th one. I really did. I thought the story was really good. The action was good.
That's not the best one.
I
don't think that's
the challenges were good. Now the hardest one I had to play was the first one because I had to learn.
Yeah.
I think the best game of the full series, whichever one starts with him falling out of the airplane.
That's number 3.
That would be my favorite.
That's the worst one.
That would be my favorite.
Everybody says that's the worst one.
It sticks in my head for some reason, and I don't know why.
I know, but only because that's the most known Uncharted scene. That 3.
No, I'm not even thinking about the movie. I'm thinking about the game.
I
for
know.
some reason
Yeah,
that
I know. I think of the game too. I
yeah,
don't think of the movie. Yeah.
for some reason that particular game sticks in my head. But see, I really like the fourth one because you go from his back when he was a kid, and then you go all the way up to he's an adult. You know, you keep going back and forth, and so I really liked that because I got to learn a little bit
Yeah.
more about his life
Yeah.
in general.
And
And
yeah.
I don't know, I liked them all. And so you mentioned something about the movie. Did you like the movie?
Yeah.
You liked the movie?
Yeah.
I loved the movie. Well, I mean, I gave it a solid 6 out of 10.
The only reason that the only bad thing about the movie
Yeah.
is they put Tom Holland in it.
What's wrong with Tom
I
Holland?
really think they could have chosen a better actor.
I don't know. I kind of liked him.
Tom Holland could have.
I personally,
Tom Holland. How about he sticks as Spider-Man?
I would prefer to have been an older person than Tom Holland.
True. I mean, you know, the movies that the games were based on were just.
Yeah.
They should have chose him, but he wasn't. Yeah. He wasn't. He was too old.
Yeah, I would.
I mean, they made it. They made it in 2022.
Yeah.
And that he's like probably 50 now.
Yeah. Well, I think a guy a little bit older than the actor. I mean, I don't think Mark Wahlberg was old enough to be Sully. Unless now, what they might be doing, they
could have chosen the guy who played the guy who played in the movies that was based on Uncharted. They could have chosen him as Sully. That would have been.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The movies that they were based on, the video games.
What movie was that?
I don't know, some movie called Firefly or something.
Oh, I've never seen it, so I can't.
Well, they could have chosen. They could have chosen him. It was really cool in the movie how they put the guy who voiced Nathan Drake
in the movie.
That's
pretty cool. I mean, the story was good. It was kind of all over the place for me. It happened a little bit too fast. You couldn't really slow down enough to understand what's going on because they kept going and going and going and going. They wanted to put too many of the video games in one movie. So it was okay. You know, it was good, and I'll watch another one if they make another one. I think
my favorite Uncharted game. Since you got to say yours, I want to say mine.
What is it?
Go, Graceland. I'm sorry.
Which one is it?
It is Uncharted 2.
Okay. Well, I'd have to go back and play it to see if that is better than 3. My problem here is I think I'm remembering bits and pieces of all 4 games and thinking it's all one game.
Number 2
yeah.
is the one where you're hanging out of the train.
Ooh.
The best one.
I love that. I love that. I love that escape, trying to get out of that train. I'd have to sit back and try to remember the rest of the game, but that's a good escape right there.
It is.
I got to pat you on the back on that one, but anyway, we got to cut out of here. This episode is a done deal, and next time we'll get together. We'll do something a little bit different. We'll get off the video game thing. Maybe we might hit some music or some movies or something. We'll do some ranking on some of that stuff there. So until next time, you got anything else to say?
Well, everybody have a good morning or a good night or a good afternoon, whatever time you're watching this at. And we'll see you on episode 4.
Yes, we will. We appreciate you tuning in. We'll get you episode 4. We'll find something else to talk about and see if we can't bridge the age gap that is Archer and Pawpaw. Have a good day. Bye-bye.